Have you ever seen anything so beautiful it moved you to tears? Because that's what happened to me, man. Hey everybody, it's Drewski McGillicuddy, and today we're going to do some spoiler talk for Spider-Man No Way Home, because I had went and seen it. Now, I got to address the elephant in the room. I have not seen Far From Home, because I wasn't the biggest fan of Homecoming, because I'm not the biggest fan of Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I liked him in Captain America Civil War, but he will never be Tobey Maguire to me. You know what I mean? Tobey Maguire is my Spider-Man. I've seen all three of those movies. Hell, I liked the first Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, but I got about 30 minutes into the Amazing Spider-Man 2 and just it was bad, and I turned it off because I couldn't do it. I went into this one wondering, do I have to see Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 1 and 2 before I see this one to understand this one? And not necessarily, even though this, did I mention this might be a spoiler review? I don't know. I'm just going to talk about the movie. This is real. You know, I'm not sitting here reading off a script. I'm just telling you how I felt at the time of me watching this movie. I liked Tom Holland in the MCU, but his standalone movies, which I can't really judge the second one because I hadn't seen the second one, like I said. But judging from his first one, I didn't know how I was going to feel about this one going into it. I knew there was a lot of hype going in. As we saw in the trailer, there's characters from other movies that were owned by a different property. Somehow people were able to come together to an agreement and put all these different characters from these different universes into the same movie. And not only do we get the villains, we get the other Spider-Mans too. And that was like one of the most epic moments that I've ever seen in a movie when I saw it in the movie. It was amazing. Not to spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but like I said, did I say this is a spoiler talk video? So, Peter Parker, you know, the Peter Parker from the MCU universe, he has been revealed to the world by Mysterio as to be Spider-Man. He's Spider-Man, and everybody knows it now. But Peter doesn't want everybody to know he's Spider-Man because now they all think he killed Mysterio, so they're after him and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. He seeks the help of Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange is going to make this fancy little spell that's going to make everybody forget that he's Spider-Man. So he's casting this spell, right? He's casting it, and Peter won't shut the fuck up. He keeps, well, hold on, Mary Jane should remember me because I don't want to have to go through all the work to get her to like me again. So, all right, Mary Jane will remember you, but then he's got to have Nettie remember him because he doesn't want to have to introduce himself like, hey, we have stuff in common. We're both big nerds, and we're thinking about going to MIT. So, yeah, we'll put Nettie in there too. And he said, well, you know, Aunt May should probably remember me because she's my aunt, and, you know, I need a place to live. So, you know, he just won't shut up, and then he fucks up the spell, and then they got to contain the spell in this little box. Okay, but little do they know, they put a crack or a rift in something somewhere in the multiverse, and here comes Dr. Octopus. And, you know, this theater that I saw this in, everybody was silent as a church mouse, except for when shit like this would happen, they would erupt and cheer, and one of the most amazing theater experiences of my life. And also, before I forget, I just want to thank Heidi. Hi, Heidi. My friend Heidi from the Haunted House provided us tickets to go see this, and I greatly appreciate it. But anyway, back to the movie. Here comes Dr. Octopus. And I love this scene under the bridge where the nanotechnology goes from doing this thing that it was doing to all of a sudden Peter can control Dr. Octopus's octopus arms. That was really cool, you know. What a review. What a review. So anyway, he's questioning Dr. Octopus as to what the hell's going on here. How come you know me, but I'm not the you think you know? I'm some other you that's not the you that you're looking for. And then here comes that very familiar laughter, and none other than Willem Dafoe's Goblin appears. And I gotta say, Willem Dafoe, for being 95 years old, he's still got it. He moves like a ninja. I mean, maybe that serum's real. I don't know. But the funny thing is, he, once he makes his appearance and he retreats off to an alley somewhere, you see him talking to himself a lot like he did in the first movie, because there's Norman Osborn and there's the Goblin. They're two separate entities trapped in the same body, and he smashes this mask. But now when he turns into the Goblin, because he's so creepy looking now, he doesn't need the mask. And I love how he's got his little purple hood. That's a nod to the original way he looked. I mean, because this is what he looked like in the comics. And then if there's an image on the internet of him wearing it, like side by side comparison, I don't know. But anyway, we got all these fucking people coming back that are from two different movies universes. We've got the Tobey Maguire universe. We've got the Andrew Garfield universe. And then we do get, the Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. And it was absolutely amazing. But Electro in this movie, I'll talk about the Spider-Mans later, but the Electro, because I didn't really get to see that part, when he fully becomes Electro, but I just could tell. I could tell that they handled Electro way better in this movie. Like, just the special effects that, like, his powers of him, like, it's just fucking electric. It was electric. Had the crocodile guy who kind of got shafted in the movie, if you ask me, because as almost perfect as this movie is, I mean, because this movie is goddamn near perfect. Aside from the fact that there's a little tiny nitpicks that bothered me. One of them, which is Spider-Man takes his goddamn mask off way too many times. And it's not just this Spider-Man, it's the other Spider-Man and then the other Spider-Man. But I guess that way you could tell them apart. But then again, all their suits are slightly different. Like, they have the original Amazing Spider-Man suit. I think his eyes might have been different than they were in the actual... But Peter Parker, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, he still looked like the 2000, he still looked like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. And then Sandman, he was like a background character kind of, but he was, I don't know what the hell it is. And there's a scene where he is no longer Sandy, and he turns back into, what the hell's that guy's name that plays him? God damn it. Don't worry about it. But he looks, just like he did 10 years ago. So these actors have all taken really good care of themselves. Like Tobey Maguire, I mean, he still looks like Tobey Maguire, but he's finally aged. But he's not aged poorly. I don't know. I don't know how. I mean, because Andrew Garfield, I mean, it hasn't been that long since his movies even came out, so he looks exactly the same. But, I mean, Dr. Octopus is great in this. Like, when they first showed him in the trailer, I thought, like, are they de-aging him or whatever? But if they did, or however he looked in the movie compared to the trailer when I first saw him, it looked a lot better. Like, the special effects in this movie are absolutely incredible. And then the writing, how they were able to, take elements from all these movies and then just put them into this movie, and it works so well. Like, the back and forth, like when they first reveal Andrew Garfield, because his little friend Ned has Doctor Strange's ring and he could make the portal, and they were looking for Peter Parker, and they were finding the Peter Parkers that were in their universe from the other universes. And when he comes in, just the scene in the house, like them trying to prove that him trying to prove that he is Peter Parker and that he is Spider-Man, just that little, you know what I'm talking about, because I'm sure everybody's seen this damn movie by now. But like I said, I just love that scene. And then when she makes him go get the cobwebs, and then when the other Peter Parker comes in and they're shooting webs at each other, and she makes him clean up them cobwebs, I mean, God damn it, man. they were able to do something unbelievable and just bring all these characters together. So it makes you think, there's other movie universes out there that we could have come together if we get a good enough writer and a good enough director, because the directing in this was also amazing. Like the action scenes, there was a couple times where he's like hard to tell what's going on. Plus, you got 3 fucking Spider-Mans running around. So you're like, which one's Spider-Man 1 and 2? And it was kind of funny because even in the movie they had a hard time communicating which one was 1, 2, and 3. And then they had to learn how to work as a team because 2 of the Spider-Mans had never worked as a team, but the other one, he was an Avenger. And they're all like, "Whoa, you were an Avenger? What's that? Were you in a band?" And I thought that was absolutely wonderful. But anyway, I'm rambling. I'm just rambling. So, I mean, there's no getting around it. This movie was amazing. It's the Amazing Spider-Mans. Like, I don't know what else to say about it other than if you haven't seen it, what the hell are you watching this video for? Are you stupid or something? Get your fucking ass out there and go see this fucking movie. Because, I gotta go do other stuff. But, yeah, this movie was damn near perfect. Like I said, my only gripe was that they just kept taking their fucking masks off too much. I like to see Spider-Man fully dressed in his costume, goddammit. Anyway, if you've liked this, please let me know by clicking all these buttons and such. And if you want to help donate to this channel so I can put some trees under this Christmas present, I gotta, just never mind. There's a Patreon link. You can, do what you will with it. Otherwise, get the fuck out of my house.